Hello. Welcome to the You Than You live stream at 44 Gawkel. I am so excited that you're joining us tonight. We did an incredible 170 meals out of wooden boat with an amazing team tonight. I couldn't be more elated about that. I'm also super pumped because behind me is the TNB band. And I'm just gonna quickly turn. Welcome, friends. Thanks for jamming with us tonight. We wanted to have the prime entertainment for you. And you know what, this is amazing. This really brings me back to my late high school years and honestly, my early years of starting off in restaurants. I would constantly listen to punk and ska. I wanted to ask the band just a quick question. Anybody can answer this. I know what music has done for me, but why doesn't somebody just shoot me out an answer of why music is important to you in the mental health capacity? How does that continue to help you every day?
I think we know we were kind of chatting before, and it was really awesome to meet you. We're very excited to be here. But I think for all of us, like we've all experienced a little bit of issues in our own way, of whatever form that they have expressed themselves. And I think having a creative outlet, whether you're listening or writing or playing music, is just a kind of a realm where you can put yourself and kind of let everything else melt away. And so it's just been very important for us to have this group, for us especially, as we've all kind of, some people are a little newer, but we've all kind of grown up together and had that outlet where we can come and just kind of put our issues from the day and just say, you know what, this is what's bothering me right now, and we make a song about it.
That's amazing. I love that. Well, without any further ado, from Kitchener, right where we are right now, the TNB band. Enjoy.
But if this is my one chance, life's glance, well then I'm falling and I can't catch my one break, and it's too late. I don't rate, but I've already given up again, and I've given all I can, and all I have left is this path and this bed and a flock, and I've been before I've become useless and translucent, abused and needing something. Well, just give me your hand, and it's foreign, and this feeling still needs something. True, then I'm just a waste your time and space, and I'm losing face. This place has become my tomb, but it's nothing new. You already know, and then I'd leave soon. You find it much worse on your own, but it's getting old to watch this unfold. They show it's true, yeah, and I've misplaced my expectations. And if there was a description for my mind's affliction, I can't arise to the, you think with your mind, I think with my, a complacent nature. What do people say? I hate you, and I'd have got a. But did you think that we go on forever? But don't wait, everything's foul fake. Well, and you're great, but my mind's gone a different direction. Thought process vague, and I'm a drag. Even my mom thinks I hide away. And you can be like me, let me do everything I see. And it's unlikely that I would decline lightly. But did you think we go on forever? But don't wait, everything's spelled fake. Well, you're great, but my mind's gone a different direction. The process vague, and I'm a drag. Even my mom thinks I'm lame.
Wow, we're so excited to be here tonight. We hope everybody enjoys what we play. We try to bring a little bit of everything to the board. None of us really kind of grew up listening to ska or anything. So, I mean, it's just kind of wonderful to bring any style of music and bring it in and have a little bit of fun with it. So we hope you guys enjoy our little musical journey tonight with kind of mixing ska music with everything.
It's called spotching.
Ah, this next song is actually one of my personal favorites.
Well, it seems to me that we are not alright, but I'll still put up a fight. Alright, it's slightly worse than I thought. And yeah, maybe you're right, that I'm just not as thoughtful as you want. But I stayed up all night, just watching the phone and hoping you would come home. But oh, now you don't have no one to call when you get lonely. So you just pick up the phone and call me. You expect me to just call you baby, but lately I've been thinking that just maybe I'll switch it up. I just got one thing to say, and it goes a little, well, something like this. I want you, but you've got way too much attitude. I want you, but yeah, you're way too rude. Just thought you would like to know the truth. Then wish you I'd say good luck, but instead, fuck you. No, what's that thing I always say? When I get really ticked off. Oh yeah, when I get really TO'd. Oh yeah, it goes a little something like this. Yeah, fuck you. Tickle my step and I'll lose my cool. Who made you? And why did you get to make the rules? We are sued, and that's what made us fools. You miss me, but I can't decide if I miss you. Probably not. up, yeah, yo, we make up, cause I can feel the space took up. But when we wake up, yeah, yo, we make up, cause I can feel the space took up. But when we wake up, yeah, yo, we make up, cause I can feel the space took up. Take it. But when we wake up, yeah, yo, we wake up, cause I'm to set this space took up. Let's go. And then we always do a little thing called a no effects ending.
Yes, you can. See,
Playing
that's why I
so
always
hard
bring a
we
second
broke
one.
strings.
You know where it is, right? Yeah. He doesn't even play with a pick. How do you break a string?
Usually breaking his G string. That's nice. The E string.
Oh.
So that song was actually called Space. I don't think there's an actual word called space.
Space?
Not in English, anyways.
Oh, he gets to play the amazing. A whammy, what you call it? I'm very excited now. Everybody's got whammy, what you call it, so we're on for a good ride.
I played it last night. It should be relatively in tune.
That's good news.
Oh, yeah. So this is a song that I wrote. Like Scott said, for me, music is one of the ways that allows me to deal with my feelings. I can't always make sense of them all the time, and I find writing, playing music, listening to music, reading lyrics, it all, it's the way that makes the most sense for me to deal with what's going on up in here. Because when you deal with things like depression, anxiety, ADHD, any kind of trauma,
Preach.
you can't always trust what's going on up in here, so you need to find ways from the outside that'll help you gain perspective. That's one of the main things that music does for me, and I wrote this song about that and how everyone has their own struggle. I'm quoting another artist we played with a while ago. Her group is called The Universe featuring Ray. She made a video a week ago that I saw, and she said, "Everybody has a mind, so everybody deals with mental illness." And I kind of, the catchphrase of this song is, "There's nothing wrong with me," and there's nothing wrong with anyone who has a mental illness. That's just a part of being a human being. So this was kind of a reminder to myself and to my friends.
This one's called What Would Miss Frizzle Do?
What would Miss Frizzle do?
Got to bed with all this bullshit in my hair. Guess it's something someone said got me deep under my skin. And no, I'm not the type to make mistakes on someone else's terms. Took a chance, got messy, but somewhere there's still a lesson learned. And there's nothing wrong with me. It's all in what you see. There's nothing wrong with me. Why can't you let me be? But I just wanna say it in a way that isn't played on the radio today, last month, or even yesterday. Take a chance, make mistakes, learn to love from messy things, enjoy it while you fuck it up, cause failure's a prerequisite. There's nothing wrong with me. It's all in what you see. There's nothing wrong with me. Why can't you let me be? There's nothing wrong with me. 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 Why can't you As we mentioned before, man, we're just very excited to be here tonight. Putting all this energy into this music. Feels good to spread a little bit of joy over hopefully all of these listeners out there and watchers. We have cameras, we're not used to that. This is wild, these guys got an awesome setup. Thank you to Goodco. My goodness.
Good Company Productions, yeah.
Absolutely. We're just very excited to be here for that, for the cause tonight. Absolutely. Absolutely very near and dear to our hearts. This next song I wrote about a struggle of my own. If you can hear the lyrics, I'll leave the lyrics to decide for you. This one's called Stop Motion. Nothing to prove, nothing to lose. We all dropped out of school. It makes us cooler, no government rule. We'll stop our cruelty, but if we all come through, it'll be on that low key. But I'm holding my breath. We've become helpless. I just can't be living. Blindly believing I'll just form a line and become blind with the others, and we become like mine. Be like your own kind, dead, leave my mind. Twisting my own guys, I've won my prize. Free from the lies and free from my flesh, we become hopeless. Disguise. We only feed life. And give me back my life. You don't like strife. Please just let me live. A grasp will hold you. Squeeze me tighter. Wanna work for the higher. But hold on, I've been gone for way too long. But if you call this free, but it seems like slave for free, and I just want to see what would happen to make you can't define. Would I want to be? Oh, hold on. Well, I've been gone for way too long to stop this motion, blown out of proportion. Stop this motion, blown way out of proportion. Yeah, stop this motion, blown out of proportion. Stop this motion,
blown way out of proportion, yeah.
Thank you so
Thanks
much.
for the claps. There's a few people here, and they've putting this on. Like, my goodness, the spread here of electronics coming at you with some wizardry, like I mentioned in my Instagram, whatever I did. Everybody at home can see us. Hopefully, this is a thumbs up across the board from that.
We know most of you at home are probably pantsless, but we hope you're dancing.
He said we hope you're pantsless and dancing.
Pantsless is the best way to dance.
Absolutely. We have played to smaller crowds.
What's the name of our next song?
The next song is our most consistent song. It's called Inconsistent.
Before you change your mind, it's not that I did not try to imply that I could not face this, but more along the lines of can we erase it with that? You tell me that I've been distant and getting in a consistent again. Still refrain from feeling sorry, 'cause I too find myself appalling. Does seem to fly by when you're around, maybe gonna confess a lie. I know you'll resent me, but then you tell me that I'm indifferent, and a fading love is the only constant. Still refrain from feeling sorry, 'cause without your help I would still come crawling. But then you tell me that I've been distant and getting in a consistent again. Still refrain from feeling sorry, start to find myself appalling.
Wow, what do you think? Poll on Facebook. How consistent was it? Or not consistent at all.
Compared
in fact,
to
some
what?
might say inconsistent. Incompetent is probably more like it.
Jerry was a janitor. He took the bus to work. Every day of his life was the same. He'd say his life was plain. The only smiles he could muster, they were vain. He saw a better world. He thought he had a plan with what he had learned, but unfortunately it was not meant to be. And it's not your turn. Sit back and take a minute, think what you have learned, yeah, but watch your burn. Sit back and take a minute, watch it all swirl down, yeah, 'cause it won't be long until we all fall. Progression means nothing at all. was a janitor. He took the bus to work every day. If his life was to say, he'd say his life's a fate. All he saw in the world, he just stay, exclaim, oh for fun's sake, gonna change this world, gonna claim my stake. But unfortunately, it was never meant to be. And it's not your turn. Sit back and take a minute, think what you have learned. Yeah, but watch your burn. Sit back and take a minute, watch the walls fall down. Yeah, it's not your turn. Sit back and take a minute, watch it all swirl down. Yeah, you won't be long. Sit back and take a minute, watch it all swirl down. Yeah, you won't be long till we all fall. Progression means nothing at all. Take a minute, think what you have learned, yeah, but watch your burn. Sit back and take a minute, watch it all swirl down. Yeah, you won't be long till we all fall. Progression means nothing at all. No more.
That one's called Jerry the Sanitation Engineer. It's actually based off of is that Disney that does Atlantis? Yeah, yes. Yeah, so Atlantis and a janitor, I guess. Not to be
we don't wanna
confused with
get
Jerry
sued
the
here.
race car driver.
Yeah, we could blur out corporate words like Disney, right?
Sorry.
Can we please get a time check? Yeah?
Oh, time check. One more?
I just want to clarify. I was thinking back over what I said earlier, and I feel like I may have misspoke. Everyone has a mind, so everyone has mental health. I think I may have said everyone has mental illness, which I didn't mean. But anyways, we're all in this together is the point.
So this is our absolute last song. We're sad to leave, but happy to have been here and share this moment with everybody here. And hopefully we can keep this cause growing here, and the awareness of everybody's mental health is very important, especially in this day and age when it is so prominent. It needs to be spoken of more and addressed more clearly and taken care of, if I can say it that way. This is our last song. It's brand new. It is about some issues in the world. This is the very first time we were going to play it. It's called Almost Finished, and it's basically just about being done with the BS in the world.
Something tells me we've all heard this before. When the news befalls our ears and it's no longer, Lord, we can no longer ignore. The world has fallen apart. Can we start this again, my friend, and you do your part? And I'll do mine. And I'll do mine. It's not the end, so let's begin to grant the time to smile and find inside yourself the reasons you begin to break away from the more than told you love and respect all the time, my friend. The world is almost finished with. Just reform yourself to become more useless. We'll file you under big out and you'll follow blind. Never open your eyes. You are now what we despise. It's not right, so step out of line. My friend, do your part, and I'll do mine, and I'll be just fine. But it's not the end, so let's begin to grin. It's time to smile and find inside yourself the reason to begin to break away from the moment told you love and respect all are done. My friend, the world is almost finished with it. But we're not done. We're not done. We know all that you have done. But we're not done. We're not done. We know all that you have done. So let's begin to grin. The time to smile, find inside yourself the reasons you begin to break away from the more we told you love and respect all the time. My friend, the world is almost finished with it. We're almost finished with it. Thank you.
Thank you so much, everyone.
Applause to the people putting this on.
Yes.
My goodness.
One thing I'll say, wait, earplugs. One thing I'll say is, man, that was loud. I'm getting old, but boy, I was doing those moves real hard, and as you can see, I changed my outfit as well. I just transported myself right back to that time. When I think about that time where I was beginning in the whole restaurant scene, I've got mixed feelings. There was a period, especially in 2005, where my wife and her father-in-law came up to me and they said, "You know, Wes, you're not yourself." And there's a lot of triggers. There's a lot of PTSD and anxiety. I didn't even know I was carrying or having, but it was triggered from the industry. It's triggered from working in certain places. I began my journey at that point, and of course have discovered and humbled myself over the years to realize that this is never ending. To be fulfilled, to have joy, to be the best version of myself. You know, that's where "Youer Than You" came from, where we come up with that name is only you can be the best version of you. And you know, we created this idea of seeking help, you know, reaching out to different to friends to say, hey, you know, we did a big a poll before all the shit hit the fan with COVID with Overlap Associates, and we did a huge brainstorming session. And it was really it was comforting to hear in some way that, you know, nobody in that room was alone, but it was also disheartening to know that we still kind of feel like we're all alone in it together, and you know, something needs to be done, and that at the very least that was the beginning of, I think, what this whole in the middle of pandemic thing was probably going to teach us. So along the journey, we discovered a group of people that really excite us, and the steps they're making, the changes they are making to create not only safe places for their staff. I think safe places is one thing, but they're making brave places that don't just continue to do something because that's what's been done. I think that's so what I want to introduce right now. And first I'll just say thanks so much to the band. Absolutely killed it. I can't wait to see you all again at some point, hopefully soon in the future. And just inspired my inner dance, the joy to just let loose and dance. And I love the message you guys have. So that being said, I want to introduce the next little segment, and these are some change maker videos. And I'm really excited for you to watch and kind of just dive deep into what is actually happening in the industry.
G'day, my name's Adam Smith, co-owner and chef at Dispatch Restaurants. I've been in this industry for a very long time. I started cooking when I was 13. I started in restaurants when I was 13. This is an extremely toxic industry. There are abusive work conditions, drug and alcohol abuse, exploitive work practices. We need to break away from the current model, and we need to create a sustainable, healthy. It's also inclusive, diverse, nurturing. We need to create an environment that inspires people to come and join it, but also stay in it rather than burning out and departing. We need to embrace new individuals to this as a career choice and help them blossom within their career. We need the general public to understand the amount of work that goes into this and the amount of passion and heart that goes into this. We need them to respect this as a career choice. This industry needs to look at itself, change, and lead by example. We need to create a healthier balance for this industry where we're not burning out, we're not destroying our lives, and we're actually setting ourselves up to be successful in the long term.
Hi, my name is Dee Funim Adelojunu, and I am a cook here at Dispatch Restaurant. So today I'm here to talk to you about mental health in the hospitality industry. The hospitality industry, I think, is one of life's greatest gifts. It's such an amazing industry, and it's needed to keep the sense of community we have as human beings, as a species. Without not going to science and all of that, I would say that when it comes to mental health and the hospitality industry, one of the major issues I think that affects the industry would probably be the working super long hours, 7 days a week, constantly servicing others and giving to others that most often than not goes either unappreciated, unnoticed, or just straight up people just don't want it. And doing that for years of your life becomes mentally exhausting because you've been given and given and given, and you're not receiving anything in form of support or even from the government or anything like that. So I think definitely creating safe spaces for chefs and cooks and anyone in the industry to be able to be themselves without being judged or without being seen as being weak, and just constantly having that support system they need, because we are doing the world a favor. Without us, you'll be able to dine out on your birthdays and every other fun things that you guys do. So, yeah.
Hi, my name is Hasela Villas, and I have worked in hospitality, food and beverage for 20 years or so, dating myself there. I love this industry so much, and I also see so many issues with it. that, you know, need to change over time. But my favorite part of working around food and in the culinary industry is the people. And what I am seeing over the last couple of years is that the people in this industry are starting to make changes towards a better future for this industry. In the past, it's, you know, been a lot of glamorizing really archaic principles that hurt people and that harm people. And I really see that shift starting to happen. I'm part of that change. I started a nonprofit 2 years ago called Not 9 to 5, and we empower hospitality, food, and beverage workers with education and awareness around mental health and substance use. We, you know, host webinars. We have held many virtual events, in-person events when we used to be able to. We have an Instagram account that's full of, you know, different topics around mental health and substance use, normalizing the conversation. We have a website that has a resource link that has all kinds of resources for Canada and the US. And, you know, I am someone who has lived on and off with depression and anxiety. So I understand how important it is to normalize these conversations and really break the shame and the silence around them. One thing I learned in the last couple of years is that shame cannot survive being spoken about. So it's crucial to make sure that you speak up and speak out. And, you know, I'm very loud and proud about my experiences with depression and anxiety, because to me, I've now come to understand that mental health is the same as physical health. So it's fluid. It can be in a good place, it can be in a bad place, and it's all in how you manage it, and that a lot of these things are treatable and you can get help. I wanted to point out one thing that Not 9 to 5 is working on. We have a course that is going to be online and available to anyone and everyone about mental health and substance use. It is meant to educate and it is meant to train you for understanding how to handle, you know, certain situations in the workplace, and also for yourself, you know, to guide you through certain experiences and feel less alone. Pre-enrollment is open. Our course is launching early November. You can get access through our website, www.not9to5.org, or you can also pre-enroll via our Instagram account, which is at not9to5_. I see a lot of hope for the future. There's a lot of people that are fed up with suffering in silence, and it's really exciting. So I'm so grateful to have been asked to do this video, and just remember that you're never as alone as you feel, and that it is completely natural reaction to abnormal events that lead to a lot of mental health challenges and substance use challenges. I hope this helps. Thanks for listening.
Hi, my name is Dee, full name Adelodu. I am one of the chefs at Dispatch Restaurant. Speaking about mental health and the hospitality industry, the one thing that really speaks out to me is I haven't been in the industry for too long. I started cooking professionally, I would say 2016, so just 4 years. But I remember stepping in green, and the one thing that I noticed right away was just how it was almost like being a cook. It's ingrained in you that you cannot be vulnerable or show any sign of weakness. It was always like the tougher you are, like the more badass you are, the more pain you can tolerate. It always felt like the community rewarded you. So, but one thing I want to say is that to me is not the way to live. That has nothing to do with thriving and surviving as a human, because we have emotions and life gets to us and things happen. But having that mentality that you cannot talk to anyone and you can't be vulnerable about it, because then you look weak, to not just to your coworkers and to the people you see like 16 hours of the day and they make fun of you, like that needs to stop. We need to be able to talk to one another when life gets hard, when things happen, and that should be seen as a sign of strength, because it takes a lot to be vulnerable to someone and to let them know what's going on with you. And that should be seen as you being strong as opposed to you being weak. I guess which is why I like working here, because it's such a safe space and we're able to talk to each other about what's going on in our lives and mentally, emotionally, both the good and the bad. There are days when you come in and you don't feel 100%, and when you come in, the rest of your team members would know that, oh, like Dee's kind of up today, and are you okay? And they will check in on you just to see how you're doing, and it's just so nice to realize that you can actually do that at work, because a lot of other places you cannot do that. Nobody even cares how you are. Nobody cares if you broke your head or whatever. You have to come in and do the work. And I think the only way the industry can grow and actually evolve and attract more people to respect the career path would be if we actually take ourselves more seriously, because I feel like we don't. It's like being a cook in a society, you're like the help, which is also really wrong. Like you're not the help. Like you're not. You spend so much time perfecting your art. It's art form. I feel like everyone should see it that way. So definitely creating that community where we can all talk to one another, be strong for each other, and not be seen as being weak, but be seen as being a strong person, I think would be really, really good.
Hi, my name is Caleb, and I'm a service assistant at Dispatch. Before this, in the hospitality industry, I think my mental health really struggled with the work-life balance, but also just with the stresses that come alongside with working, serving people every day, working those long shifts. I think, there's something wrong when the only breaks you're getting are smoke breaks. And then when the only way you hang out with your friends on staff is like having a few pints after every shift. And so having been in that for a while, I think Dispatch was such a relief to, instead of being like, hey everyone, let's go to the bar after this shift, it was like, hey Caleb, you got to do 100K bike ride with us in a week, and so like I think that transition is not where I'm at. Like I'm not at the 100-kilometer bike rides, but I think it's made me feel like my needs are like taken into consideration, but also that thing that I'm more than just someone serving me coffee, and I think it's been a great experience to, be pushed to, take my physical health seriously, be open and honest with my friends, my team members about mental health. And I think that goes beyond the outside of work stuff into in here. Like when we're working together, it's like go, go, go. But at the end of the day, I think we all have each other's back, mental health wise. Like we always check in for every shift, how everyone's doing. But also like, we're pushed to do things that make us happy while we're here. So like, I love coffee and tea stuff, and Mike and Adam really pushed me to pursue that to whatever extent I want to take on. And I think that has made me feel like my skills and the things I love are really appreciated here. But with tea and coffee at Dispatch, Mike and Adam really pushed me to pursue something that I love and is my passion. And that's made me feel like I'm more than just a server or more than just the person bringing the coffee to your table, but it's made me feel like I have good ideas that are worth sharing with the team and that can really bring something special to the workplace, which has been awesome for my mental health at the end of the day, because I don't go home being like, oh, like I worked this long shift and was kind of underappreciated for that. It's like, I think Dispatch allows me to feel like I have a home, a family, support system, but also a group of people that want me to do the best I can.
Hi, You Are the New. My name's Stephanie Soulis, and I am the CEO at Little Mushroom Catering, Dining Lounge, and Food Shop located in Cambridge, Ontario. I have been in the food service industry since I was 17 years old. And I have anxiety and also have had some pretty interesting experiences over the years in restaurants where I have definitely not felt safe, which adds to the anxiety for sure. So my very first restaurant experience was at La Costa in downtown Kitchener, where my general manager told me that women didn't belong in fine dining and that we were just bar wenches and people didn't come to eat at establishments to have women wait on them. It was kind of shitty, but okay. My second restaurant that I worked at as a server, I was sexually assaulted by a delivery driver in the staff bathroom. Again, not really a great feeling for a young woman in the restaurant industry. So when I started Little Mushroom Catering much later in my career, I wanted to make sure that we were a space that was going to be a safe and empowering space for women who wanted to be working in kitchens. So we really tried to focus on leadership among the women in our kitchen, and also front of house and event planning. And I speak actually a lot to high school students and to college students who want to get into whether it's get into the kitchen or to get into event planning, and try to encourage them to do so, that it can be a safe space. Some of the ways that Little Mushroom Catering does that is we are Pride certified. So we are a welcoming space for the LGBTQ community. We're also part of the Fair Kitchens movement through Unilever. So the point of that movement is really to be a space where all staff feel like they can have an open dialogue about how they're feeling, about what policies are being made, and how we treat each other in general. We also are living wage employers. So another thing in the restaurant industry that has kind of been notoriously not great is pay. So whether you start with us as a busser or as a dishwasher, we start at a minimum of $16.50 an hour. And we share all of our tips. So we don't charge a automatic gratuity on anything. If tips come in, that's because we've done an exceptional job and that everyone on the team has contributed to that. So we make sure that we share those fairly with everyone. Some other things that we do to try and help with the mental health of our staff is that we do break bread together whenever we can, whether that's around the fire in my backyard, or whether that's at work after a busy day, and we'll order some pizzas and eat together so that no one has to cook it. We also really try to be part of our larger community. So at least three times a year, we all take a day and we'll go and volunteer. So we'll pack food at the local food bank. We'll help out at the Gleaners, or we'll create snacks for Nutrition for Learning. Things that really help build a sense of identity as being a member of the larger community has really helped our staff feel like they're part of something bigger than just going to work every day. As far as the restaurant industry is very different from offices. If someone calls in sick, we all band together and get the job done. Whether it's finding someone who has the day off to take that shift, or whether it's those of us who are already there work a little longer to get it all done. We don't want to make people feel guilty for taking a mental health day or a sick day in general, especially not through COVID right now. My hope for the restaurant industry is that everyone finds a safe space to work, to create, and to be themselves, whoever that may be. So that's my hope for the next 5 years, for the next forever, that the restaurant industry can be for everyone. Thanks.
In terms of dispatch, we've really made a change in the past, say 8 months since the start of this year in the pandemic, and we have dedicated ourselves to creating more balance. I think that's been the driving word this year, and I'm living healthier, I'm living happier. I've been able to acknowledge certain aspects of my mental health and to give it the attention it needs, because we have more balance. We are taking days off, we're taking hours off. We don't need to work from 12 to 12. We don't have to do that. That doesn't mean success for our restaurant. We are starting the Be Well brand, which will be merchandise and fitness club, and we will, through that, raise awareness for the lack of mental and physical health in our industry, and hopefully create a safe space, a welcoming space, a system of support for people who need it, because there is so much of it out there that goes unnoticed. And hopefully through that, we can inspire people to do the same. Have restaurants follow in our path and create structures that are focused more on bettering culture rather than profit.
Hi, I'm Tamara Jensen from Dispatch, co-owner and partner of Adam, our chef. Married into this industry, and it's been very eye-opening. It's a very competitive industry. The individuals who work in this industry are very, very passionate, very focused. And it can be hard to kind of lift your head up from the constant grind and the attention that we get from the public, from reviewers, from our colleagues in the industry. Just the level of competitiveness can be very, very damaging. In my role at Dispatch, I really want to foster more of a sense of collaboration, not just between our team members and create a more cohesive kind of unified team, but also in the larger community. I think it's important that we learn from different individuals, different life stories, different business models, and we all work together. Creating that support network of individuals is really, really important, because at the end of the day, we're all humans. We all feel, we all struggle, and the more people we have that we can lean on to get through it and to be not just healthy but successful and feel whole as individuals, the better we all are as a society and a community and an industry.
Hello, my name is Daniel Hadida from Restaurant Pro Morissette. I'm going to talk to you today a little bit about mental health in the hospitality industry. So I've been working in restaurants now for about 20 years, predominantly in kitchens. I've had the great opportunity to work in amazing restaurants in North America, in Europe, in Latin America, and so had a lot of different experiences and a lot of opportunities to interact with different styles of management and leadership and different team environments and how different cultures treat hospitality and treat the workplace and how they think about it. And that's been a really interesting way to gain a lot of insight into the way that the hospitality industry thinks of itself and how we treat ourselves. And I think my conclusion on that over the last just about 20 years is that there's a lot of work to be done there. Which is ironic because the industry is all about connection and empathy. I should say the business of the industry is all about connection and empathy and understanding what people need and what they want and how they're feeling and how to respond to that. And it's something that I think collectively as an industry, we have a lot of work to do in terms of turning all of that energy also inward, and perhaps even predominantly inward. I grew up mostly in what is now defined as the old school style of restaurants, which was very much based on a top-down authoritative leadership style, and the sort of mindset of get behind me, I'll tell everyone what to do, strategy comes from the top. And the workforce is certainly a little bit infantilized and a little bit restricted from information. and certainly insisted to mimic and to work like a machine or a robot. And I think a lot of influence is taken from industrial work environments and from the military. And I'm excited to see that there's a huge shift away from that in the present day, and it's something that we here at Pearl Morissette are very excited to participate in and to contribute to and to learn from and to push ourselves to grow into understanding the role of emotional intelligence, of empathy, of emotional leadership, of strategy coming more so from the bottom up, of listening and learning from one another in a very cyclical way versus things coming from the top. Myself as a leader here, I'm most excited about creating an environment where feedback and ideas and influence can come from any person within our team under any circumstances. And I think the real key to building an environment like that functions is trust and vulnerability and the ability to collectively sit down and speak about these sorts of things. So I feel that a lot of these qualities that support positive mental health and healthy relationships in a healthy workplace environment are really sort of fundamental characteristics of what it means to be a good person or a happy person or a healthy person. Maybe a satisfied person is perhaps more appropriate than a happy person. And so it's something we actually try to talk about here a lot. And for me, let's say 5 years ago, the idea of emotional intelligence or empathy within the workplace wasn't really something that was talked about. It wasn't really something that was considered or prized in any way. And so it was a real big kick in the ass for me getting into a leadership role and trying to understand, when the restaurant first opened, and trying to understand why am I frustrated, or why do I find myself being irritable, or why do I feel anxious about how things are going. We have a great team of people here. We have a beautiful environment. We've achieving all these goals that we had set forth and goals that I had had for myself professionally, yet I found myself feeling dissatisfied. And a lot of that was a lack of ability to connect with my own emotional state and to empower others to be in that same spot and feel that level of trust and feel that their opinions and their thoughts really mattered within that context. I feel that too often we get caught up in the mindset that it's all about technique and it's all about the ability and execution. And that certainly is a component of it, but it's not the most important. I think that has to be held in the same regard as how we interact with one another and how we look out for one another and how we can provide feedback and introduce others to our own growth journey and what that means to us. And I think that creates an environment of trust and of mutual respect and of belief that is so much more valuable towards a strategy and ambition than just purely focusing on technique. And it can be difficult and it can feel counterintuitive sometimes because it's very obvious to think if I just work harder, if I just push harder, if I just don't take any sick days, if I just don't address when I'm not feeling well and I just keep pushing through, that that'll keep things moving forward. That will maintain momentum, because momentum in the hospitality industry is something that does feel really important. But the fact is that all of that stuff kind of puts you on a direct path to burnout. And I think something that I noticed early on in my career was a lot of people that I considered to be mentors in terms of their accomplishments. I didn't get a sense that they were particularly satisfied with their life. I didn't get a sense that they were particularly settled. And I was curious. I never understood why, and it always made me feel a little bit concerned, but I kept soldiering on because that's what you did. And so it's been extremely important for me to learn and understand the value of empathy and of emotional intelligence and emotional leadership, and really making sure to be checking in with people, checking myself, making adjustments if I'm acting like an asshole or I'm getting overly frustrated or finding myself to be irritable, to find out first and foremost, why am I feeling that way? And then secondarily, how is that affecting others? And what can I do to make improvements there that will still allow me to push for big goals and create an environment that attracts top talent and maintains momentum and is an exciting place to be, but also supports that innate, intrinsic quality of humanity. That is absolutely the most important part of a successful workplace, but certainly a successful hospitality environment or a restaurant. So thank you very much for taking the time to listen to me ramble on about my journey, and I wish you the best. Thank you.
Well, that was, I think, really encouraging to hear everybody's steps that they're taking towards making changes, making changes for every person to be valued in this industry that we all love and we all want to be a part of. Massive encouraging different feelings I'm getting from watching those, and like Hassel said, I really believe that we're on the right track. But we've got some work to do as well. Something I wanted to just make sure I mentioned tonight, we posted the works that were up for auction by Nicole. The auction is still live, so please put in your votes. Put in your bid on Instagram at YourTheNewKW is where you can drop your next bid. These are amazing works, and I really believe that she is just a pivotal person in the movement of the art scene here. So yeah, I'm really excited to see who ends up with her piece. Music has been a huge part of my mental health therapy. Okay, so having music be a part of our events is totally key, and I think it wouldn't be what it is without it. So naturally, my old high school buddy Brad Weber, I got in touch with. He has played in a bunch of different bands. He's played for Caribou, and this next video you're going to see him in is his solo performance under Pick a Piper. And I'm so excited for you to see what this guy can do, because he is just incredible. So enjoy and lose yourself in his music.
Hi, my name is Brad Weber. I grew up in Kitchener-Waterloo and currently live in Toronto, and I make music under the name Pick a Piper. Music has had a profound effect on my mental health over the years and has helped me through many, many difficult times, and it definitely keeps me grounded more than pretty much anything else can. So I'm very thankful for that. I hope you enjoyed the performance, and thanks for tuning in.
Welcome back. I can't believe you made it this long. Thank you for watching. Seriously though, we could have not have done this event without all of the people that helped us out. I can't believe we pulled this off in the middle of a pandemic. We are insatiably grateful for all the farmers that donated proteins to our pop-up event tonight at Wooden Boat, produce, all the people that have volunteered their time, the band, all the different changemakers, speakers, the amazing people at Good Company Productions. Honestly, I am such a technology illiterate person. I don't know how I would have done it without you. We are so grateful. You may have seen during the whole broadcast, there is a link for where to donate. That should be there. That will continue to be on our site, on our Instagram feed. Obviously, a big thing we want to also not forget to thank is CMHA Waterloo Wellington and Show Your Soul. This has been an incredible partnership, and we can't wait to see where this grows. Again, this is not about me. This is not about John and the people that put it on. This is about us working together, being better together, and I couldn't thank you enough. So, just before I sign off, know this: know that again, you're not alone. You are loved, and you are enough. Right? Peace. We'll see you next time.